We're on. Okay, good late morning, everyone. Michael Venezia, head trader at Tradeview Markets. Let's make sure I'm on the right share and show Tradeview Markets. We're going to go into TradeGATEHub because TradeGATEHub is sponsored by Tradeview Markets, the big daddy. Okay, let's sign in. Okay, it's a Monday morning. A lot's going on. I would urge everybody today to take note of the video, especially the notes that I put out last evening. Pardon me a second, as it's wartime again. There's two wars going around in the world. The ones I know about. There's a typhoon in Hong Kong. All right. It's freaking inflation in America. Okay, good evening. All right, all my data last night that I posted can always be seen in the stocks indices room interrupted. Doesn't mean a thing that in the main room it's not great information. It is. It's just we can't pull it all into one. Okay, with that being said, yes, all right. All right, let's start with the leads chart. Going into, this was posted on Saturday before there was an attack on Israel. Just go over them. Even before there was another war attack. These are the key. This is the inflation. It's harder to be long. I am like Rocky. Actually right now I'm like Rocky. I'm eventually going to be in Rocky 2, like when I win. In Rocky 1, he lost. Rocky 2, I'm just taking blows. You know, one day, boom, I'm down, and then I make it. Then I get the guy's on a 9 count, and then I get back up on the ropes. And I fight back up, and then Friday, I was actually, Friday, they gave me the smelling salts. I was good. We were very active in the room, as everybody was, and we were good to go. I'm still good to go, but yet again, you get beat down again. And by the way, a lot of the stocks that would have worked or should have worked actually did work. It's the ones that don't. When you go against the trend, I'm not saying I do. They seem to just go down a lot further than they go up. I don't know how to articulate it, but I'll get to the charts in a second. Okay, so a lot going on this week, even before the wartime. Well, I would like to point out, because we post so much information that what's obviously today's date is what, the 9th. So go back into the red YouTube button and remember the 9th is, because the video that I really point out today is about it's much more about sentiment and positioning. Things are changing as we speak, always as we speak, but what I'm going to say, it's irrelevant. I'm a dinosaur, but you know what I mean? This Monday morning video is more about the process of what I'm going to lead into the week. Probably what I say by the time everybody watches this, maybe some things will be irrelevant. The points won't be, maybe the charts will be. I'm not really looking to day trade or pick things off. But you know what? Being in the room in the grand scheme of things, as we update things and things change minute to minute, it's more important to be there. Coach was out today. He lost his internet in San Diego. He lost his internet in San Diego, one of the most plushest places in the country. No internet. Everybody's getting whacked. All right, but you know what? It's how we're going to finish. It's only Monday. The market's been open for 2 hours, and it's only the second round. I didn't even ask Mick to cut me yet. Important. Chevron Oxy, potential deal on the table. That's keeping the oils up. I would have loved to see gold's going higher, by the way. I just put some. I would have loved to see what would have happened sans the news, how these oil stocks wouldn't have worked out without this. I apologize about being in sense of oil premium, if you will. All right. This is the plan for the week. Monday, what do we have going on today? Short interest, naturally, okay, big deal. You don't trade short interest, especially only when the market's going that way. ARM quiet period ended. They've got about 19 upgrades. That's why it's up on the day. That one, I should have been alerted that the quiet period ended on ARM, because I would have taken it on a spec. I was the one that, I actually bought this nicely. Well, it doesn't really reflect here because it's new IPO. But I was building around 52. It went to 55. Now it's down to 54. Let's go to a 4-minute. They ripped it on the open because it actually wasn't. It doesn't matter what it was. It doesn't matter if the symbol is arm or leg. It was positive on the open. It had some volume. So with a down open, naturally they bought the trade for Schnitzel. So we'll see what comes down to around here. I kind of do like it. I'm not gonna lie. I'd say the sweet spot for ARM is maybe $1 lower, 52.5 right there. I'm in a little bit, not enough to make it different. Pardon me. I'm sorry. You know what's happening? It's cold outside, as you can see on my thing here. It's like 48 degrees, and I'm hot in here. When you yawn, it says it's for lack of oxygen. Sorry about that. I'm not joking. It's just freaking. I'm a Gemini. It's hot outside. All right. Tomorrow, here's the planned earnings for the month. I'll narrow it down week by week. Okay. Notable right now. There are still a lot of companies that haven't scheduled earnings yet, but the first one to start are the financials. Be aware, especially with the moves they've been making. We'll go for option flow. They had long-term call flow as I shook Coach out of that Citigroup trade. But we'll see if they're backing anything up. As I said, things are changing very rapidly, more than they usually will. I don't know what the norm usually is, but I will report on option flow when it comes to the banks. They are reporting first. IWM, keep a note. For somebody that wanted to ask me a question today about the GLD premium, I think gold was predominantly brought up on because of the jobs number on Friday, just like how the market turned around. And for those that maybe thought that they knew or there was something there, and this is just a point, gold, oil finished on the low, and oil's the one that popped more than gold. So I don't know how much, and oil didn't really show strength on Friday at all. As a matter of fact, it helped propel the market higher, being down. So check that. Yeah, of course. So, I think it was more symbolic of the economic number with GLD, but I move on. Okay, the drawdown for the TLT is now more extreme. The S&P long drawdown during the dot-com crash. We know what the S&P did after the dot-com crash. Maybe the S&Ps, parallel do the same thing. I'm not sure. Go watch this. This is Jim Cramer's plan on the week. All right, he's not the judge and the jury. Watch his game plan. I did sell some of these staples. I played them for Schnitzel, but I'm not into them for the long term. For example, Kellogg, Friday's movers, downgrades, movers up and down. All you have to double click, go through the charts. And to no surprise, a lot of these stocks are still active, and a lot of them are even positive today. Planet, they're ripping. PDD positive. Lyft, I'm not sure. AFRM was positive. U positive. Coin negative to positive. Mike V was on coin. I had so much that I sold it a little bit early. What happened? Whoa. I sold coin a little early. Why am I like that? I sold it this morning. Where's my sale? Right here. But that was where I was long it from. The low this morning was 76.50. I sold it at 77.60 to break even. Next tip. No, I haven't. What are you going to do? Less positions. Bottom line. Got to be able to monitor a stock like this. It look great. It look good. Look good. Next. Okay. Movers. Sentiment coming into today. Pullback. Bank of America. Number one issue in the market right now. Skymark Capital knows this. Credit swaps. Money. Okay. Even more than the reason why maybe the TLT is making a move like this more than the dot-com crash. I can understand that. Maybe there's more lying underneath. Goldman indicator. Maybe they're buying commodities. Short-term sentiment with the turnaround Friday from the SPYs being down 3 up 3. It was a 500, 600 point move in the Dow. I forget what it was in the SPX. It's irrelevant. Really, what the move is, the levels are more important, which we post here. But that popped the sentiment a little bit more positive. The shorts took some offset sentiment. Hedge funds, they don't even know what to do. They're more like they're more like a MMA fight. They're getting bloodied. I'm getting beat, but I'm not getting bloody. It's got to work harder. Actually, I can't let Molten work harder. I don't think that's possible, actually. All right. Let's go into today. Paul, thanks for posting. Any questions? Gerard has the list. This was the list. And I gave the list over the weekend. The list for today, and that was, by the way, before the open, 2 hours ago. That was before the open. Here was the list. Right here. Hold on. Planeteer, XPO, UNG, ZS Korea, and those all finished at the high breaking out. For example, PDD. There's no way I would have gone short PDD, even if I knew there was a war going on, not to be insensitive. ZS, winner. I would have lost sleep. CRWD. For some, I don't, listen, if I was, I don't, it's not like I qualify or quantify a position. If I would be short it, then I'll go long it. Sometimes it's a no play. But stocks like this is, is if I thought I would short something this, I would only be trying to be call a market play, not if I would be hypocritical saying I don't watch the indices. Majority of the time I don't. Majority of the time I don't. So this work, UNG still working, PVB, Planeteer below 18. Now you bitch. I traded it well, then I got back in it, buying it, then I sold it well. Now I'm back in. My average price is 1769. Pissed me. Now I chased the rat. Third day up, I chased Planeteer. Now I'm gonna have to offer it out and make the money I made in it. I'm gonna negate it. I'm gonna have to offer Planeteer out now, just because I'm gonna offer it out. I'm gonna offer it out like 1739. Take a loss on it if it gets there. Okay, what other we doing? Chevron, Texan, Chevron. I mean, you know what? That was a short, long. How about the range though? Doesn't even matter with you even overnight. Great range. ExxonMobil, great range. RRC. I'm not in it. I can't believe RRC. Oh God, that hurts me. That more upsets me than anything, to be honest with you. RRC. Natural gas stock too, as NatScav. Let's look at SM, SU, nice. Let's look at the former FANG, FANG, not the Facebook, Amazon, and Netflix and Google. That FANG, the real FANG, the good FANG. Third day up though, into news. Be careful. Might be a fade on a buy and a pullback. Third day up into news. Monday, be careful as it gets too late in the morning. I'm not saying it. I wouldn't be surprised if people took profits. I don't know if necessarily people are short this, especially after what they did on Friday. They kind of looked at, there were no plays to me, as you can see here, with the range, but certainly third day up. Listen, it's a trade. You know what I mean? It's easier money to be made. I might not even do it. Probably won't do it. I got bigger fish to fry. Okay. My universe. I did post the trades, upgrades, and downgrades. This is Monday. All right, let's go with what wise guys are doing. That's most important. Okay, on this type of day. KRE regional banks in the range, not interested. I'm not, believe me, this volatility, I'm not a bank trader today. Let's go back at least an hour. Let's go back. Top sweeps, anti-VIX at decent rinse. Okay. What do we have here? UVXY, they're going in calls. Put calls already wiped out. Expect a bounce, although they're going into marathon oil. They're going into snap, not interested. CCJ. Coach said he'd be buying and dip on this. Here it is. I don't know if he's looking at this one now. CCJ, there it is. The one that calls uranium still URA, the index. Uranium trades over. You want to try to back and fill it, build a position on some longer term situation. Mood's been made. I get it. Volume has come in. So what you want it to come back is pull back a little or stagnate on low volume now. The volume came in. It's look like we'll monitor it. Anybody's an opinion? They're taking calls though. Tesla bearish, Amazon bullish. December. Amazon, December in the money. December in the money. Not bad. DAX, hang in there. That's another thing I wanted to point out. When I was looking last night at how much carnage there was going to be, or how much they would stay, I was looking at the European markets. They were barely even down. I think the FTSE closed positive. I'll get back to that in a second. So there wasn't panic in Europe. There was panic in XBEV, that's for sure. Mike Wilson, what's this guy chirping about now? Next, PBR. Morgan Stanley reports. AMD bearish. Okay, Fins hanging in there ahead of some earnings next week. Flow quiet. Okay, as I said before, I didn't know this was being posted. Fins are reporting. Here's Tony Pistachio. How you doing? I'll report if there's option flow. Citicorp and Morgan Stanley, the ones that took to the most option flow. Fact. Morgan Stanley bounced off the weekly, if I remember correctly. I didn't have it, but it did. bounced off the weekly by a couple, actually by $5. So keep an eye on that. Let's go to the daily. Citicorp was the worst of breed the whole time down here, although it did take a little option flow. Citibank's a little bit more international than a lot of these other regionals or bigger banks. So keep an eye on what's going on there. I don't think it'd be generally reflected in this type of quarter what's going on now, but keep an eye. KRE, Tesla puts, you stink. Tesla numbers, Tesla puts. All right, it is what it is. Okay, what's moving? Label making a pop. Most actives on the day. Most actives on the day. Planetaire making a pop. Most active. So what am I interested? Planetaire already has 100% volume on the day. Range, volume, and price action. Interested, no matter what happens. What else? AAL, big move, big volume. The low is 1194. It's off the low. Not interested. AMD, no. What has the volume? What has the volume? Right here. XPEV. Is that on the low? XPEV. Boy, that killed me. 10%. Ugh. And it was just up as I started the video. Boy, you bastard. All right, it is what it is. XPEV. So what's my plan now? I got a lot of it. What's the plan? Look at this. Every other auto, Chinese auto, LI breaking down, NIO breaking down, PVD, China was hanging in there. I know an XPEV. Friday closed on the high, breaking out. How did it do it to me? It did it to me. This stock, I believe if there wasn't news, the stock would be at least 19. And that's why everybody, you know what? That's why it's going down like that. It's a crowded thought, although I did not see where it opened. It opened at 1720. I turned around, it was 6. I didn't think it'd be at another 6%, 4% lower. I mean, come on, give me a chance at least. Then here was the flush. The flush was on the volume. I bought more. There's the price, 1720. My price is what, 18. What this XPEV? Now I got to wake up every morning putting in ADR orders, and XPEV has numbers. I got to wake up at like 4:10 and have offers out, or maybe I'll have a member of the team do it. But you know what I mean. Now it turned into a freaking like a mosquito bite. Okay, most actives, percent gainers, 15 minutes. Nothing that I have. Percent losers, last 15 minutes. Okay, so we have the ETFs, UVXY and UVXY, pulling off a little bit. UVXY, the high of the day is 764, it's 735. The low of the day is 1711, still in the middle of the range. Let's look at the percent gainers on the intraday mover. INDO, Weight Watchers had news, naturally. Defense stocks. Defense, Northrop Grumman, General Dynamics, P10 Energy, Lockheed Martin, you get the picture. UVXY, what's the biggest losers? Percent losers extended, no percent losers. Intraday, XPEV's got to be up there naturally, of course. I can't believe that's a big position. What's the other one I had big position? Oh, I had Riven and XPEV. I'm getting killed by automotives. LAC, a minute. It's up. I'm up in it though. TGTX was a long Wayfair. Look at this freaking thing. I got my eye on Wayfair. I'm not in a position to buy it now because these type of trades are not working, and I definitely don't want to be down in Wayfair as I was shorting it at the high. But here it comes to the 200-day. It's heavily shorted. There it goes to the 50-day weekly. Will I pull a schnitzel? Okay, but if I didn't have a lot of things spread out, I would concentrate on this because every fill on this would make a big difference when it's down, whatever it is. Let's look down to 5 minute. Stocks from 62 to 52 in 2 days? So $10 move. I'm not saying it's going into the 60s, but there are reasons to buy it. There are reasons to not, probably more reasons than not. I get it. All right, so I'll leave it up there, okay? Let's go to my feed. Any questions? G-Money, uranium. Loves uranium. Trivia question. I think the first stock that Gerard ever mentioned was UEC. Am I right, Gerard? LEC was divided into 2 companies. You know what the other symbol is? LAAC. That's what it was. And I'm saying, why is LAC down so much today? But they split, and this is the other one, LAAC. Lithium Americas Argentina. Very good, Gerard. You're right. How about that SQM? Did the Chilean miner bounce at all? This is what's hurting the QS. It's a lithium situation. If lithium keeps going down something, not only do I own a lot of miners and I'm going to be on it. Here's LAB, the biggest. I mean, that's the big daddy of the ALB is the biggest lithium guy in the world. From what I know, that's best of breed. SQM, LTHM, LAC, LAAC. We know what the lithium players. I mentioned was getting the option flow. Not for me. Thank you, Gerard. I appreciate that. So I'll leave it there. I might have gone overboard. The point of this is that when anybody who goes and watch the videos for our Red YouTube channel and knowing what's going on, just please notice of the sentiment, what I go about option flow, part of the routine, it changes rapidly, as I said. But the most important thing is getting to know what we do, getting to know my plan. We look at leans charts, we look at sentiment, we look at sector sentiment, we look at overall picture. We narrow in on charts and trades, and we don't think that our process is the best. It's certainly a process that most use on option flow, volatility, volume, price range, obviously trend. So once again, we're not splitting the apple. We just happen to maybe know or execute our plan a little better. So as I sign off here on a late Monday morning, Mike V from TradeGATEHub, sponsored by Tradeview Markets. We appreciate you being in the room. Don't let your trades turn into positions, and we'll see you a little bit later. Cheers.